Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying for Beginners. Today we're going to tie a trout spay fly. The hook I have in the vise is the 200R. This is a size 14. This is 3 extra long wet dry hook, and it is a semi-dropped hook. You can get them from Green Caddis Outfitters, greencaddis.com. I'm going to start out using black thread, and this is 70 denier and 8/0. We're going to put that base of thread down to the rear of the hook. Now for the tail, we're going to take 3 barbels from the pheasant center tail. I'm going to tie in one right down the middle, and we want this to be just about the length of the hook. I'm going to get that natural curve and try to get that natural curve to make it point up. Yeah, I'm going to pull that to length. And secure that. Go ahead and break that off. Now I'm going to take a little bit of gold dubbing. This is close to the body color we're going to use. And we're just going to take a small amount, and we're going to go ahead and make a ball right there at the back. Could even give it a wrap underneath that will help put the tail upwards. I'm going to take the other 2 pheasant tail centers, and I'm going to tie them in, one on each side. That one slipped. Just bring them to the sides and snug them up to the ball of dubbing. And we're going to go ahead and wrap everything forward. I'm going to take a piece of extra fine copper wire. I'm going to tie that in, and I want that to tie that in on the bottom side. And then I'm going to bring this forward. I'm going to take a gold floss, and this is a 2-strand floss. I'm going to tie that in, starting it at about 1 eye length from the eye of the hook. And I have that on a bobbin. Go ahead and trim that off. And I'm going to put a 1/2 inch in there. Bring my bobbin cradle over. Make sure I move that wire out of the way. And we're going to wrap the body. I wet it, that's why it's a little dark there. And we're going to come right back to the tail. Make sure that tails are on the sides. And we're going to go over this twice. So we can have a nice body. And bring this forward once again. I went a little bit further than I need to for the tie down. And we'll go ahead and tie this down. Now I'm going to take a blonde badger hackle. And I'm going to remove the hackle from one side of the stem. And we're going to tie that on with the concave side to the shank of the hook. Going to take that hackle, going to give it a couple of wraps right there at the head. Then I'm going to palmer it towards the rear. Now we're going to go ahead and take our ribbing I want to get one wrap right in the rear first, and then we're going to palmer that forward. And this is what is going to hold the hackle on. And I'm going to bring that right up to the front. Put a couple of wraps there on the front since I have so much room. And we'll tie this down. Break away the rib. And get rid of the rest of the hackle. Now you can take another Badger soft hackle. I'm going to use this one. This is a Jungle Cock shoulder, and it's a nice silver. I'm going to remove the hackles from one side of this. I'm going to tie this in by the tip. I'm going to tie it in with the concave side out and the hackles on the bottom. Lock that in, trim off that tip. Now we're going to wrap these . And I'm going to wrap the whole hackle there. Wrap that back and break that off. And I'm going to come back on the hackles, just 2 thread widths. Just to kind of help them go towards the rear. Now this is optional. I'm going to put jungle cock eyes on the sides of it. Trim away the excess and wrap the head. We'll give that a whip finish. Going to finish that off with some lacquer, my UV cure. Give it a quick shot with the light. And here we have a trout spay. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. And most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.